So we're gonna continue where we left off. So basically we left off at opening dictionaries. So I'm just gonna read and write notes like I usually do when we meet together. So okay, so basically when you're right over here, when you so I'm just gonna read this, take down the notes, take down the things you need to know. Then I will show you in Python how it works. So, all right, so I'm gonna do page by page. So I finished with the first page, so now time to explain. So basically, when you loop over a dictionary, you loop over the keys. Yesterday, we had we created a dictionary. We created an English to Spanish dictionary. So I'm just going to create that. So this to settings. So now I have an empty list. So if I type English, I'm sorry, I have an empty dictionary. So now it's empty. So now we're gonna add uno, uno. We're gonna add one, two, three, four in Spanish. So we're gonna say English to Spanish. I do this in the script mode. I'm just gonna copy it over here. So you see this code right here? I'm just gonna just to save time. Okay. Then I'll add 4. Then I'll say comma 4 colon comma las 4. So let me make sure that's right. 4 in Spanish. Las 4. Copy. Minimize. Go back. Put here. Guess whether it's up. This is our first dictionary, English to Spanish. Now I'm going to explain how it loops. Now this is, so going back to the notes, let's explain how it loops. So let's go back to the, right here. So when you loop over a dictionary, you loop over the keys. You remember these are the keys right here. Key, 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 key. So here's the code. So we're gonna call a function called this right here. We call it define print histogram for C and A, print C H. Copy. So we're gonna do paste. Remember, this is our function. So now we're gonna call it. Let's say print print underscore hist English to Spanish. Now remember, because script mode, you have to print it out. Print. So now when we run this, run. Yes. Desktop video. Dictionary, label it dictionary. Save. G1, uno, two, dos, three, tres, four, las cuatro, none. Let me show you how it works. So this is how it works. So let me show you how it works. I'm gonna make a table. So file, new, cancel that. We're just gonna go come here. So let's make a table. So we have n, with number terms. Then we have English to Spanish. I'm just gonna focus on C. We have C. We have H. Then we have H bracket C. Okay? So English to Spanish is equal to 1, uno, 2, dos, tres, dos, 2, dos, 3, tres, 4, las cuatro. So this is turn 1 right here. This is turn 1. So it comes here. So now this is starting here, turn 0. Turn 0 sees it, so I'm gonna put it here. English to Spanish. So it's gonna be 1, colon 1 colon 2. Sorry, 1 colon uno. I'll put it here. This means you see it all right here. So I turn 0, so C is equal to blank, H is equal to blank. So now it comes here. It comes into this function. So it says for C, so H has the value of 1, uno, 2, has the value of H, English to Spanish. So H is equal to this. So in the same, say bracket, 1, bracket 1, colon, uno, comma, 2, colon, so mark here, those are quotes. So quote here, 2, dos, comma, threads, 3, THREE, colon, 3, colon, threads, TRES, comma, 4. So I'm just gonna write it out, 4, colon, 4, colon, las cuartos. QUARTO. So that's what H equals now. So now for C and H. So C, remember what we said? Where is it? Where's it? When you loop over a dictionary, you loop over the keys. So the first picture, so C, for C, so now C is equal to uno. C is equal to 1, not uno. So now you have print C, comma H, comma C. So what is C? C is 1. So it's gonna come over here, it's gonna print 1. Then HC. What is H? H, C. What is C? Let's cross it out. C is not 1. H bracket 1. H bracket 1. H bracket 1. H bracket 1 is equal to uno. So now HC is uno. So now it's going to print out uno. So if we go to, there's supposed to be quotes around here because on the exam, they might give you something like this with this pronounced. So make sure it's in quotes. So you have 1 uno. On the interactive mobile won't show that. So now turn 2. Turn 1. Sorry. So we do this. Yeah. Turn 1. So now C is equal to, remember, it loops over the keys. So next key is 2. So this is TWO. This is TWO. So now TWO, C is TWO. HC. So now this is 2. TWO. So now the value of 2 is dos. So now you have dos. DOS. Now we move. Now I'm running out of room, so I have to readjust the size. So I'll readjust it. So now turn 2. So I'm gonna put dos. TOWO. You see how I do it? So now turn 2. So now you do a line. So now this is turn 2. So turn 2 will start here. So I'm just do a line here. This is for turn 2. So I would do a line, but it's messy. I'm sorry. So file. Let me file. Besides, give me undo that. Sure. Okay, it should be enough. So good. I got some more room. Let me make it small. Let me zoom out a little bit. See if I can. So, okay. So now turn 2 is done. Now turn 3. Turn 3 is 3. Wait, 0. This was turn 1. This is turn 2. That was turn 2, so turn 3 now here. So turn 3. So now C, remember about it loops over the key. So next key is 3. So now C is 3. 3. So you see, I should put it down here. 3. So erase that. 2. Erase that. That 2 should be here. So we put 2 here. Erase that. So try to put it on the same line. So 3. So C is 3. So we come over here. C is 3 now. Now print C. C is equal to 3. What is 3? What is C? 3. Now you come over here. Shouldn't be there. Now HC is now equal to 3. What is the value? What is H3? H3 is called tris. So tris should be here. So as you can see, tris. So now we're going to do 4. So now we move on. So now C is turn 4. That's turn 3. This is turn 4. So now C is, you see, it was 1, it was 2, it was 1, it was 2, it was 3, now it's 4. So now we come over here, is now 4. 4. So I come over here. So what is HC? HC is now 4. Now you put 4, 4. This is, what is HC? HC, the value of H, so the key, so basically HC is the key. So the key 4 has the value Las Cuatros. Let me adjust it with Las Cuatro. So now we have, boom. So now here's the thing. Here's something. You see this value none? Okay, let me explain. This is done now. This is 5. This is turn 5. So the computer's here. The computer completed this. Now it's here. Because there's no return statement, by default it returns a value none. See, functions, they can return one thing. If you say return, let's say return 2, right? This value will have a value of, this will say 2. But by default, if you have no return, it returns none. So that's why you have this none here. And this is called, this is a for loop. So when you do for loop over keys, for loop for dictionary. So when you use for loop for dictionary, it loops over the keys. So now going back to the, what's next after teach. So we did this. Use sorted to traverse the key in order. Okay. So remember, dictionaries have no order. So now we're here. I have to teach you sorted. Okay. Okay, again, the keys are in no particular order. To traverse the key in sorted order, you can use the built-in function sort. So sort. So this is what you have. Uno, 2, 3. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we can use the sort. So sort is a function, so you can say SORT. Sort. You're going to print it out in order. So the keys are going to be in order. So it would be start. So I'm gonna show you how it works. So I come over here, just put SORTED. Let's run it again. Now run. So see the difference? Now it's 4, 1, 3, 2. So it's sorted in alphabetical order. So this sorts it in alphabetical order. Make sure I spell alphabetical right. See, yes, I spelled it correctly. Good. So, because you remember dictionaries have no order, so now you have 4, 1, 4, 1, 3, 2. So this is none like I was saying. So let's say I do this. Once this for loop is done, I say return 2. Now when I run it again, tell me what you think the output is going to be. What is what is it going to output? What is this function going to return output? So see 2, because I return a value of 2. But if there's no return statement, I return a value of none. So continuing. So hopefully it's still. Where is it? Hopefully it's still recording. So anyway, because I don't see it, this is something else. And just close out. Yes. So for some reason I open up. Let me see. So it's running. So I figured out that NY is not showing up. Anyway, let's continue. So now I have to, what else I have to do? I redid this. Look up explain. Okay, so basically, so let's put everything back. So basically, so continuing from my example, if I were to say h dot 1, this is called lookup because I'm looking up the value of this key. So h1 is equal to uno. But my question is, what if I what if I want to look what if I want to look for a value? What if I want to look for a value that has a particular key? So what I mean is this. I mean, if I say H uno, it should give me the value. It should give me the value. It should give me the key, which is 1. So that's what I mean. For a value, what if I want to look up for? What if I want to look for a value that the? What if I want to look for a value that has a particular key? So uno has the key 1. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna write code. We're gonna write code to look for the value. So basically, this is called reverse lookup. The code we're about to write is called reverse lookup. So now I'm gonna go to Python and go to script mode. Now copy, paste, take this out, put an indent. So basically, you just do that. You put it on the same line, you press enter. So this is easier for you. So you don't have to press tab all the time. You can just do this. Now I'll explain how this function works. So now we're gonna call this function reverse underscore lookup. We're gonna do print. This was the previous one, print reverse lookup. D is a dictionary and V is the value. So we can pass in this example, I want the key, I want the value. So basically I want the key of uno. So now when I run this, see? Right. So just let's try again. This is my mistake. Boom. This should be here. So I'm not gonna press stop and just do that. Boom. Now let's try again. C1. This is so let me explain how it works. So let's go to the table. So now not this one, let's go to the other one. So not this one, so sorry, I meant, let me read this file, resize, more space please. That should be enough, let's try resize, so see what happens. Oh boy, that's not good, let's undo that. Boy. This is not good, let me just make a new one. Okay, sorry about that. So basically, let's make a table. So now you have N, number of turns, you have K, you have D. D is going to be the dictionary, so I'm going to make a lot of space so I can write it all in. Then you have DK, so I'm going to leave, that should be enough space for me. DK. Then you have, okay, I'm paying to the variables. This is changing. You have V. You have V. So now you have return K and you have raise lookup error. So return K is let's put K here. So we'll come. Oh, I have a lot of room here. Ay. So now we'll put it over here. So So remember, this is our dictionary. So now we can call English to Spanish. So now D is equal to this. So D is equal to bracket 1 colon uno 2 colon dos comma 3 colon tres comma 4 quote colon las cuatro. Boom, boom. That's what D is now. V is the value we passed in uno because uno is the value here. So this is uno. So this is turn 0. So now we did this. So boom, boom, boom. So once we hit the for loop, I'm gonna say that's turn 1. Once this is still turn 0, so it comes over here for K and D. So K, remember, K stands for keys. It loops over the keys. So now this is 1. So K is equal to 1. And D. So this is the dictionary. Sorry about the noise. So if D, DK. So it'll be D. What is K? K is 1. So it'll be D1. Remember, this is called lookup. When you have the dictionary and you pass in the key, you're looking up the value. So key D1, D1, D1 will bring you, D1 will give you the value of uno. So now is DK, D1, what is D1? D1 value is uno. So it's uno, so now DK is equal to uno. So it's uno equal to uno. Return K. What is K? K, return K. What is K? K is 1. So now the function now return K. So K is 1. So this comes out. So basically, let's go up. This is the function. So this is the function called, we input English, Spanish, we input the value of uno. This is reverse lookup. Let me say reverse. Now come over here, and it outputs the value of 1. So it returns the value of 1. So when you come over here, you get 1. This is called reverse lookup because what you're doing is instead of giving it the key to look up, you're looking up the value that has the key. Now, one more thing to note: if a value has more than one key, it'll print out the first value. What I mean is, let's say we now have comma, let's say 5 colon uno. So here's what's going to happen. It's going to return the first value fine. So it's not going to return 5. It's not going to return 5. The key 5 is going to return uno. So now I'm come over here. Let's make this comma quote 5 comma quote 5 quote colon quote 1. Now if we run this again, see it returns the value 1. Now here's the thing. Now if we change, if we change the order, because this is unordered. So now if we change the order, let's see what will happen. So now we say sorted. SORTED. Let's try again now. So now when you run it, doesn't matter. It still prints out the value 1. It only prints out the first occurrence. So if we were to say, if we were to switch the order, let's cut this. Put this there, comma. So hold on, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is why it doesn't work. This is supposed to say 5, give me more space. Not 1. Oh no, that's my mistake. So let's try again. See, it prints out 5. Why it prints out 5? Because this isn't, first it sorts it. 5, F becomes F, F is before O in the alphabet. So with the sort method, it sorts it first. And the first key it finds, the first key it reads is 5, which has the value of uno. That's why that's why it returns that. Because it doesn't return this, because reverse lookup only returns the key, the first key it finds that has that value. So, continuing, I did this lookup, explain this, explain this, explain this. Okay. So now moving on to the next page. Oh, I have to show you. I have to show you what this means. It says raise lookup error. So let's say we have 5. 5 is not a value. 5 is not 5 is not a value. It's a key. So look what happens when we run this. Lookup error. Raise lookup error. So basically, raise lookup error means if you can't find the value, if you can't find the value, I'm sorry, let me think. Okay, this means 5 doesn't appear in a dictionary as a value. So what lookup is, it throws an exception. Exception is it's like 1 divided by 0. That's an error. Usually when you do 1 divided by 0 in a calculator, it will say error can divide by 0. Result is undefined. See? Result is undefined because you can't divide um, this calculator has somewhere in a function that says can't divide by 0. So when you hit that, it says result is undefined. Just like this one, this value is not in this dictionary. Those are called exceptions. So raise raise causes this statement. Raise causes this exception. So I'm reading over. So I covered the first page. So hopefully, let's see. Hopefully, I can cover 1, 2, 3, four, five more pages covered. So I'm gonna try and do this. So now I'm gonna say we done this, we done this. So I'm gonna say argument. This is just notes for myself. So I'm gonna say arguments. So I'm gonna say arguments. Mention these are notes for myself that I'm gonna tell you. So I'm gonna just say this argument. Uh, I'm just reading ahead, so bear with me. Okay, so next topic we're gonna cover arguments. I'm gonna call you invert, Singleton, list and dictionary, and global variables. So I know, so I'm gonna start here. So now we're gonna do arguments. So basically, this lookup error can take an argument. So I can say the value, the value, value colon space b, let's say plus b is not in the dictionary. Then when I run it, see the value 5 is not in the dictionary. Let me fix it a little. See, the value 5 is not in the dictionary. So that takes care of arguments. So now if we come over here, this is done. Now invert. So basically invert is so basically dictionaries can have a value of list. So let me explain that. So first, let's write this function. Comment this out. So when you have time, you're reading, you see what I'm doing? I'm taking the code, I'm copying it. This is what you should be doing. When you have time, do this while you're reading. Have the computer open, just code it. So now, do you remember the Apple we wrote? The Apple histogram we wrote? It was like, I'm gonna take this, put it here. Remember Apple? APPLE, A, colon 1, P, colon 2, L, colon 1, E, colon 1. So we're gonna work. I'm gonna use this to explain that dictionaries can have list at value. So I can say Apple. Click here. I can say Apple. Let me say let's say grades, right? Grades. I say grades, and I say first exam. I say final grade. It's real final grade, right? So then I say colon, and I say bracket, final grade, midterm 193. Midterm 193, 93, comma, 94, final, comma, 100. See? It's perfectly fine. This final grades has a dictionary has a list as a value. Okay. So now that's what I was trying to explain. So now we're going to talk about inverted. What if I want this? What if I want this right here to be the key and final grade to be the value? That's what this function does, invert. And I'll explain it to you. Let's start for, first I'm gonna copy this code right here. I have to write the histogram function, so we're gonna go back. Okay, I have to go and I will make another video for you. So this is where I stopped off. Okay, okay, I'm good. Yes, close this out. So now repairing. Yes, because that's where my notes are. Notes. Save, yeah, even. Save, yes. Notes. Notes too. Now let me see if I can get cancel is not copying. Just, I'm just trying to get this thing to open. Hopefully, if I close this out, hopefully it don't disappear. There we go. I finally got it. Stop.